What's going on? My name is Mike with Apple Informed. Welcome back to another video, and today I'm showing you 10 tips and tricks for your new iPhone XS or iPhone XS Max on iOS 12. So hopefully there's one in this list today that you haven't heard of, because most of you guys that are subscribed to my channel are pretty affluent in the Apple ecosystem and you know your way around an iPhone. So hopefully you can tell me in the comments down below today if you learned something that you didn't know already. So let's go ahead and jump into it. So the first tip I have for you is in settings, you can actually make Face ID a lot faster if you turn off attention features. So I'm going to jump into Face ID here, enter my passcode. And then if you scroll down, you can turn off require attention for Face ID. Now, this gives you a little warning here just saying that someone could actually point your iPhone at your face to unlock it. So if you have an issue and you have like a nosy girlfriend or boyfriend, you might not want to enable this, but just turn this on. And now Face ID is going to unlock if it sees your face and you're not even looking at the phone. So now I'm going to look off to the left, and it still unlocked my phone. My eyes were not looking at the sensor area on my phone. So it did unlock a lot faster. And this is useful, which I know you shouldn't ever do this, but if you're in your car and you quickly need to open Google Maps or some sort of mapping application or music or something, you can unlock your phone without actually taking your eyes off the road. So you should never look at your phone when you're driving, but if you have to do it that one odd time, keep your eyes on the road, guys, and turn on this feature and unlock your phone safely instead of, taking your eyes off the road for a few seconds to unlock your phone. So a pretty useful feature. Moving on to number 2 is the ability to delete a digit in the calculator application. So this is not that well known of a feature, and it's actually been included in iOS for a few years now. So if you enter a few digits and you make a mistake, you can simply swipe back as many times as you need to delete a digit. So pretty simple here. It's been in iPhones, I think, since maybe the iPhone 3GS or the iPhone 4. Super simple. Apple never tells you this. I don't think it's in the tips application. I don't think it's in the user manual, and Apple certainly doesn't tell you how to do it inside the actual app itself. So it's something you kind of have to learn by poking around the application. So very useful, and if you mess up a digit, most people think you have to hit the clear button and start over, but you can just swipe left to enter a different digit. So pretty cool. We can also tell Siri to generate a random passcode for you. So if you're setting up a website and you want to get another random passcode instead of using the same one over and over again, which you shouldn't do, you can actually tell Siri to create a random passcode. So I'll show you that right now. Create a random passcode.
Here's what I got.
So it actually generates a random passcode from Wolfram Alpha. So if you remember when Apple first announced Siri back on the iPhone 4S, they were using Wolfram Alpha for a crap ton of information that Siri was pulling from the web, and it still uses Wolfram Alpha to get this random passcode, and it's a 8-character password, and it's different every time. So you can see here, this one is X05. It's a whole bunch of random characters, and there's additional passwords down here if you want one with maybe a few different characters. So very cool. I did not know Siri could do this until I started poking around on my iPhone. A very useful feature. Another cool thing is you can actually manually refresh your list of Wi-Fi networks, because when you're in your list of Wi-Fi networks, as you know, this little searching bar here, that the searching wheel up here that searches for a Wi-Fi network, goes every 10 seconds. Now you can go back in your Wi-Fi like this and it'll refresh again. But if you want it to manually load, you can actually do a half pull back like this, and you can see there the thing starts to spin again. So if I just stay in Wi-Fi, it won't reload again for 10 seconds. But if I do this, it'll keep all the networks there, but then it will reload. But if I go all the way back, it'll get rid of all the networks that it had found already. So this is very useful if you want to do a quick little search again for a Wi-Fi network that doesn't show up. When I'm here in my apartment, whenever I forget my Wi-Fi network and reconnect, because I have to do that sometimes, it'll only show the 2.4G one first, and I have to manually refresh it like this to show the 5G one, because the 5G one takes a few extra seconds to show up. Don't know why, but very useful if you want to do a quick little manual refresh of your Wi-Fi list. So Apple actually removed in iOS 12 the ability to see your battery usage. Now, I use this every day when I want to see how my battery was on my iPhone. It only shows the last charge level for the last 24 hours or 10 days. Actually, it was moved to screen time. So if you didn't charge your iPhone in the middle of the day, you can actually see your screen time here, how much you have used. So my phone right now is at 59% and I have used it for 2 hours and 1 minute, and it also gives you a breakdown of what you use your phone for. So screen time can also be used, like I said, to monitor what you're using your phone for, but this is actually useful as a monitor of how well your battery life is doing, because they removed it on iOS 12, your battery life for that day since the last time you unplugged your phone, and it was moved to screen time. So now you can see how your battery life has been doing throughout the day as your battery has been draining. So a pretty cool tip there. So if you are on iOS 12.1, there is a new feature inside cellular to add a cellular plan. So I don't think there's any options here in Canada that have an eSIM, but apparently in the United States, when you get a plan that does work with eSIMs, it will include a QR code. All you have to do is scan that with the camera there, and it will be added to your eSIM. And then there are a whole bunch of other features included when you have two SIM cards. Like here in your control center, it'll show you your status for both of your carriers. It will, when you get a call, it'll show what number it's coming from. So lots of benefits there to having two SIMs. And if you want to add a cellular plan, you can do it with a QR code from right inside the cellular settings. So in iOS 11, there was a level built into the Compass app, and all you have to do is swipe, but it's actually been taken away from the Compass app, and it actually has been moved to the Measure application. So if you guys were wondering where that went, the level has been moved here to the bottom right of the Measure app, if it lets me click it. There we go. So this used to be in the Compass. Now it is in the Measure app. It can also be used on flat surfaces like this. You can see those little circles there. So very useful if you're wondering where it disappeared to. It is now in the Measure application. Another new feature in iOS 12 is you can now search for lyrics. So if I jump into Apple Music here and go search, I can now search for lyrics. So let's say, so I searched for some lyrics there. Let's talk about it, and it brought up Rap Devil by MGK. Who do you guys think won the beef there between Machine Gun Kelly and Eminem? Tell me in the comments down below. So number 9 here is a pretty small one inside Safari. So if I go into settings and go to Safari, there is an option here that says show icons in tabs. So I have that turned on here, and if I go into Safari and I open in a website like Apple, and then I open a website, let's say Mac Rumors, you can see here that we actually see the little icon next to the website on the left side there of the tab. Now if I go back into Safari and I turn that off, you can see that those actually disappear there. So this wasn't actually here in iOS 11, and now you can turn on those little favicons inside Safari. So a nice little visual tweak there for number 9. So coming in at number 10 is a feature that I use every day on my new iPhone. iOS 12, this is one of my most favorite features that Apple has built in a while with the software update. So you can now tell Siri to check your passwords for you. I don't store my passwords in my Notes app or anything because I want them to be secure, and if someone steals my phone, they can open up Notes and take them that easily. So you can just tell Siri to show you your passwords. Show me my passwords. And it jumps right in and it scans your face, and you can see there it shows all your passwords. It's not going to show you guys any of my passwords. You actually have to click on one there, but yeah, it shows you all your passwords here. I don't want to memorize all these, so Safari will store that for you. All you have to do is ask Siri. And if you want to get more specific, you can actually say like show me my Gmail password, and it'll jump right into that password for your Google account. So you guys can tell me in the comments below what your favorite tip on here was. Like I said, mine is the show me my passwords option. That one comes in handy every single day because I have so many passwords for all my different websites. Anyway guys, thanks so much for watching. My name is Mike with Apple Informed. Make sure to drop a huge like on this video. I'll see you in the next one.